But it is way too hot outside, so I'm going to sit inside in the relative shade to do this quick video. So, and also it's kind of fitting because this was the same sofa that I sat on when I did my unboxing of this product. So I'm going to sit here and give you my, I guess, review. I've been riding with it for a few weeks now, probably half a dozen rides, and I'm going to give you a bit of an overview and some feedback on the Dakine Hot Laps 5 litre. But first, let's give you a bit of history. I have been a Dakine, I'm going to say Dakine, although I think it's pronounced Dakine. I've been a Dakine fan for a few years. This is a just a standard backpack. This has been a good product for me, very hard wearing. It's seen many beaches, many picnics, and many sort of family days out, and I really like it. Although I don't think anybody has ever noticed the slightly weird voyeuristic kind of pictures in the windows, which I am sure are people showering and taking their clothes off, and some of them. But anyway, yeah, been a fan for quite some time, as you will soon find out. This was my first mountain bike backpack. I believe it's called a Drafter. I can't remember. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's a Dakine Drafter, and I believe this is 12 litres. So there's enough space in the back for quite a large, significant sized bladder. And this has seen many miles, and this has been to the Alps with me on 3 trips as well. So this is a well-travelled and well-used bag. It's worn in a few places. It's great. It's even had, I had to patch it up there because I had a coin short a GoPro battery out in there and it burnt. So yes. Anyway, yeah, big fan. I like this bag. What I particularly like about this one, for instance, is that if you do have to do any sort of trail side stuff, you can open it right out flat, and you've got all your various pouches and pockets and everything. So yeah, big fan of this. But the desire was to constantly go smaller. So when I was going through my camo phase, this might even have been what kicked it off, I'm not sure, possibly. I bought this. Now this is a slightly smaller, so this is 8 litres versus 12 litres, and I think it took a 2 litre bladder when it came. I've managed to fit a 3 litre one in there, but it really doesn't work too well with the bladder, if I'm honest. But yeah, this is a great, this is the 8 litre Session, and these sort of horizontal straps here, they're taken from their sort of snowboarding and skateboarding design bags. So I'm not sure what you'd put in it from a mountain bike perspective, but if you do want to take a skateboard out on the trails, there you go. Maybe not suitable for mountain biking, but at least you can see what the what those straps were all about. So yeah, this was a popular bag for me. I still have it. I don't, as I mentioned, I don't really put a bladder in it a great deal anymore. I use this on local rides if I'm going out, or I have been using this on local rides if I've been going out and maybe carrying a few cheeky little tools to go and dig some trails or something, because these straps on the back are quite handy for hanging a few things off. But as soon as you start putting water into this, it just kind of turns into like a round barrel on your back, and not very practical. So yeah, as I said, big fan. Right, and as they say on YouTube, fans of the channel will know that I have been rocking the Dakine 2 litre Hot Laps for quite some time. Unless I've gone on any trips away somewhere where I've needed to carry anything specific, or if I've taken my drone out in a bigger bag, I've used this pretty much exclusively for the last couple of years, and can't fault it really. Perfect for all the necessities. The only downside really was just start running out of a bit of space when I wanted to start taking a few more cameras and bits and pieces around. It's very easy to fill something like this. But yeah, so that's the Dakine 2-litre Hot Laps. Are you still with me? Now, I have very kindly been sent the Hot Laps 5-litre. So that's, if you've seen this before, that's 3 litres storage, 2-litre bladder, and it effectively gives me a repeat of what's in here with an extra litre and therefore a little bit more usable space. So what I'm going to do now quickly is make sure that the camera can see, and I'm just going to shove a load of stuff in here to show you what we can fit. So we balance it very masculinely on my knees. Let's have a look. So I've got a little pouch that I carry loads of spares in. So it's got, mostly it's got like a puncture kit in here. So it's got things like the tubeless puncture kit and plugs and all that kind of stuff. It's also got brake pads, a few sort of spare nuts and bolts. Yeah, just a handy little bag. So let's just shove that in a pocket somewhere. Multi-tools. So I've got a traditional multi-tool, which is a Leatherman Wave. No, it's not a Leatherman Wave, it's a Leatherman Wingman. And a Topeak Hexus, I believe. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's a Hexus. So there's some little straps in here that these can hook into. You can see there, so they can hook into that so that they don't flop around too much. Why not? Today, got to pop to the coffee shop or something, need to carry something. So there's a little zip pouch in here, and I find that's handy for stuff like this. Also for like a bit of cash or your credit card or something. Cereal bar, shove that in anywhere. Got room for a few of those really. And a pump. So that's the basics that I'm going to carry around with me. As you can see, I've got space in here for spare batteries, maybe spare camera or whatever. So maybe we can put in something like this saw, which is very useful. Loads of room. Map, why not? Map. Maybe I can put even in a spare camera. There you go. Absolutely loads of stuff in there, and still got more room. So I got more room for more food. On my bike, I typically use one of these Lurie frame straps for my tube, CO2 canister and tire lever. But you know what the hell. There we go. That is a lot of stuff. Arguably too much stuff to carry in a hip pack, but it just goes to show you what you can cram in one of these things if you need to. And we haven't even touched on the straps on the bottom. These straps here, you can strap an extra piece of clothing, so that could be a jacket, a spare top. You can put your knee pads, elbow pads, that kind of stuff in this kind of space. What I did find as well is these little molly straps on the outside here had this old light. I don't remember where it came from, something like Lidl, I expect. Found on a couple of little evening rides as it's starting to get a bit darker, that this quite handily fits there. Doesn't flap around like if you were gonna put one of those like little cat eye kind of things on there. So yeah, good, loads of room. Too much, as I've said. Wouldn't normally carry all of that, and if you ram it full like this, you're not really going to get much in the way of water in. So let's put some water in and give it another look with perhaps a practical amount of gear in here. So let's take the camera out, this out, which goes on the bike, and we'll take the saw out. We'll leave that in there for the time being. It's not hurting. And now we'll put some water in. Right, I haven't totally filled it up. I've only put about a litre of water in there, maybe a little bit, maybe about 1.5 litres. So you can see it starts to bulge out a little bit now. when you put something like that in there. So talking of water, the bladder is the Dakine Hydro Pack, which I've used in a few. I'll be honest, I do find that you've got to really look after these. You've got to wash them out, you've got to dry them out, otherwise they do tend to get a little bit grimy quite quickly, if I'm honest. One thing I do like about this is the magnet is very strong, but there's also like a clip, so that won't come out pulling. You have to lift it from the bottom. You do get a really good sturdy connection, and this doesn't come out very easily at all. You have to unhook it from the bottom because there's like a little lip and a catch there to hold it in place. So that's it, no complaints really. This wouldn't have been my choice of colour, although I'm warming to it, especially today. However, the only complaint that I really have is that everything is constrained to this space. I've been using another pack recently which does edge it for me, and that's this one from Source, and that has side pouches, and that means things like trail bars and perhaps even, you know, multi-tool, or those extra little spaces on the side are really useful. The balance of having extra storage on the side like this one versus having a larger central pouch, because you can see the difference in the width there. So something like this doesn't fit. So I definitely have my favoured waist pack at the moment, and that's the other one on the floor. This one though has a lot of practical uses for me, which means that I'm probably going to end up running both and picking and choosing depending on what kind of ride I might go on. And as you can see clearly from my previous purchases, having the right bag for the right trip or the right ride is something that I'm a big fan of. So it would be very easy for me to not use this. But the benefit of being able to add larger objects in this one means that this certainly does have a place in my bag cupboard. It's compact, it's got loads of storage. As I said, these sort of molly pouch here, molly straps here are great for adding the light on the back, which is really useful. So where does that leave me? The 2 litre is probably going to get used a lot less. I'd probably use this for uplift days. That way I can still keep some essentials in here, just keep it minimal, and then maybe keep a bottle on the bike just to have a top up of water. I think this Source one edges it for me for my regular use because of the fact that it spreads the weight out, and I do like these extra utility pockets. But the Dakine Hot Laps 5 litre absolutely is going to get used plenty, perhaps more so in the winter because I'm going to be able to put extra layers, gloves, whatever into this space. So we shall see. Anyway, somewhere between £45 and £55 wherever you get it from. They do come in various colours depending where you get it from. So yeah, take a look. You shall probably see me wearing this in a few videos over in a few riding videos. And yeah, if you've got any questions, let me know. If it doesn't look dirty in use, it's because it's been dusty and dry, okay? Look there, dirt. Actually genuinely been used. Probably talked far too long now, so I'll see you next time.